I was arguing with my boyfriend in the quad when he decided to break up with me. I stared at him in open disgust. Fine by me. Out of all the boyfriends I've ever had, you're the biggest pain. Jason's whole face flushed with rage. What do you mean? There are other guys? I nodded and spun the lie without missing a beat. Yup. CS, student body, 6'1". TSK, look at yourself, I honestly feel embarrassed for you. Ahem, excuse me, it's actually 6'2½". The voice drifted over from a bench nearby. I froze. Of all the people to catch me fabricating rumors, it had to be the man himself. Zoe, can you stop being paranoid? Jasmine's just my freshman. So what if I look out for her? Why are you throwing a tantrum? All the benches in the quad were occupied by other couples. I had to stand while we fought. Jason's hands were buried in his pockets, impatience written across his face. I rolled my eyes so hard they almost flipped. She's just your freshman? What's next, little sister, then girlfriend? The whole blow-up started with the Campus Arts Festival. Jasmine showed up in a plunging sundress, and Jason instantly draped his own jacket over her shoulders, exactly the sort of thing a guy with a girlfriend shouldn't do. I hadn't even gone to the festival, I found out through Campus Crush. Campus Crush, professor love for this couple, too sweet. I'd wondered which fairy tale pair got papped. From the back they looked suspiciously like my boyfriend. One click and, surprise, it really was my boyfriend. I was so mad I didn't sleep all night. I fired off an iMessage, but the jerk slept like a baby. She's in our arts committee. As chair, it's my job to take care of her. If you'd been there last night wearing something like that, I'd have given you my jacket too. You're a girl too, Zoe, why are you so narrow-minded? Instead of sympathizing, you're kicking her while she's down. Jason kept blaming me. Zoe, I'm busy. Stop making drama, okay? Looking at his stupidly smug face made me want to slap him with my size 7 shoe straight into his size 10 pie hole. How can anyone be this shameless? I was so furious I actually laughed. Bro, do you hear yourself? Last I checked, I'm your girlfriend, right? Exactly, because you're my girlfriend, I need to reason with you. People can't be this selfish. Wow, cheating's out in the open now, how progressive. Jason shrugged. If that's how you see it, there's nothing I can do. I think we should take a break so you can figure out where you went wrong. I itched to smack him, but I held back. Instead I flashed him a breezy smile. Let's just break up. Seriously, of all my boyfriends you're the most exhausting. What? Say that again? Jason thought he'd misheard. I said, out of every guy I've dated, you're the biggest jackass. He gaped at me. What do you mean? You've got someone else? I spread my hands. Yup. So? You cheated on me? I patted his shoulder. Chill. He's the real deal, you're the side piece. Jason's brain short-circuited. I'm the side piece? I nodded with fake remorse. Yep. I feel awful for my actual boyfriend. Jason's temper exploded, he grabbed my shoulders so hard it hurt. Who? Tell me, Zoe, who is it? Adrian from computer science, your boss, student body. 6'1", TSK, look at you. I'm embarrassed on your behalf. The untouchable campus legend, so lofty you could only admire from afar. I waited to see what nonsense Jason would spout next. Before he could answer, a cool voice sounded behind him. Ahem, excuse me, it's actually 6'2½". Help, trash talk and the subject appears. I rarely saw Adrian once a whole semester, yet the moment I invented a fake boyfriend I ran straight into him. Everyone at Maplehurst knows Adrian, a face sculpted by the gods, daily ice-cold expression, smiles reserved only for his roommate. Hence the crazy rumor that Adrian is into guys. Sorry. I scratched my head, speechless. Please don't expose me, I've got a reputation to protect. Jason clearly didn't buy it. Zoe is really your girlfriend? He asked Adrian. The lamplight was too dim for me to read Adrian's face. Panicking, I climbed over the flower bed, tripped, and landed kneeling in front of Adrian. Mortifying, I prayed nobody else was within 2 meters. I whispered, "Bro, please, don't blow my cover." I looked up and met Adrian's half-amused eyes. Then he lifted me. All 5'5" of me, cradled like a toddler. "Babe, what happened?" "That was dangerous." "Sorry, my girlfriend's a little playful." "You're just her spare time toy." "It's my fault, I'm too busy to keep my babe company." Across from us Jason's face darkened, he didn't say a word. I could feel his rage from yards away. "Fine. Congratulations to both of you, I'm out." I ignored him and hugged Adrian tighter. "Babe, thanks for understanding. I won't fool around anymore." Adrian played along, stroking my hair. Jason went ballistic. "You two are unbelievable. Am I just a prop in your little skit?" I shook my head. "Nope. You're not even qualified for that." "Arg, Zoe. You've gone too far." Jason bolted, running with less than graceful form. "Can you let go now?" At Adrian's words I sprang 2 meters away and clasped my hands in apology. "Adrian, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just panicked and blurted it out, I wasn't trying to trash your reputation." Adrian flashed me a little fawn of a grin. "No biggie, tiny problem." The summer evening breeze was warm and sticky, and that one smile sent my pulse sprinting. He stood there in a plain white tee, black jeans, and a simple baseball cap, no effort at all and still photoshopping everyone else out of the frame. "Thanks, Adrian. Can I treat you to bubble tea?" "Pass. Or maybe a latte?" He gave me a helpless look. "Zoe, coffee at this hour? Planning to keep me up all night?" I glanced at my watch, past 9. Definitely too late for caffeine. "Then, how about soft serve? It's scorching out, ice cream's totally reasonable." He started to refuse, but I didn't give him the chance, tugging him straight to the corner store. He dropped me at the dorm courtyard and left. I drifted to the second-floor window, staring after him. Ridiculously gorgeous, yet that smile could charge rent in a candy shop. I refreshed my feed and the first thing I saw was Jasmine's post. Period hit, but luckily Senior sent heat patch babe. Picture, a crayon Shinchan wrapped heat patch. I snorted. I'd bought that thing, it was still stashed at Jason's place. No idea whether to pity Jasmine or laugh at her. If Jason actually cares, why gift her an X-stock present? If he doesn't, why fight me over her? Guy's heart is a Rubik's Cube missing half its stickers. Not my circus. I blacklisted both Jason and Jasmine in one go. Have fun, lovebirds. I logged in, and who's online but Adrian, my carry for hire. "Bro, didn't you say you were busy tonight?" "Ran into something fun, so I popped on for a round or two." "Ah, so he's riding a happy high while I'm freshly greenlit by my ex." Let me spill, my ex cheated, and the worst part? My fake brag got busted by the guy himself. He must think my brain's on airplane mode. I spammed him crying emojis. A long pause, then, doubt it. "Maybe he thinks you're cute." "Cute? Adrian? I'd be grateful if he weren't cursing me in his head." "No way. You don't know, our campus Adrian aka Ice Zombie, and rumor says he doesn't even like girls." Glad I'm not in student body, who knows what blowback I'd face. I counted my blessings, no required overlap with Adrian, probably never crossing paths again. That thought alone felt like daylight in a jar. Only heaven, earth, me, and Adrian knew the truth. Jason would sooner swallow his tongue than gossip, too humiliating. He replied with a facepalm emoji. Pretty sure he doesn't like guys either? Hard to tell. Anyway, nitro match, coming? Let's roll. I dragged him into the team lobby, where, surprise, Jason waited. Forgot we were still in game. I instantly broke the bond. Jason accepted on the spot. Poor Babe became collateral. Whatever, Babe responds. With Adrian on board the squad, victory was basically the default loading screen. Before I could log off, Jason invited me, couples mode. I meant to decline, muscle memory hit accept. There was another girl in the lobby. Senior, is that Zoe? Jasmine's sugar voice activated my gag reflex. I keyed my mic. I'm dying to know, how do you bioengineer that level of nauseating treacle? Pause, then an even sweeter drizzle. Junior, do you have some issue with me? I've sounded like this since I was little. Zoe, what the hell? Does bullying her entertain you? Jason barked. His shout stung tears into my eyes instantly, hurt not fake. I'd loved him once. At the start he'd treated me like fragile glass. Now he snarled for someone else. I muted my mic, words jamming in my throat. Ready to quit when Adrian slipped in. You're here? Thought we were ranking. I typed, was leaving. Leave a couples match? One quick round. Forced to play, I was so scattered I basically gift-wrapped our combo meter. Didn't matter, Adrian is Adrian, he still left Jason 10 seconds in the dust and ported me to the finish. Boring, zero thrill. Let's bounce. He escorted me out. Mic broken? I dabbed my cheeks, steadied my voice. Sore throat. Cool, let's grind rank. When I finally logged off, the Nitro group chat had exploded, mostly gossip about Jason swapping in-game partners. I typed one line, because we broke up. Most of the squad live in the same city but we've never met. Jason and I met via Nitro, he was slightly better back then and we duoed daily. Then we realized we attended the same university, met IRL, caught feelings, dated. Love really does arrive on a sports bike and leave on a scooter. Right before bed a new DM popped up, Adrian's pep talk. Relax, it's just a breakup. Means the guy wasn't enough, his nitro's weaker than mine anyway, so ditching him was brilliant. Don't be sad. Straight guy energy confirmed, that comfort line came straight from a template. Truthfully I wasn't devastated, just jarred by the aftertaste. No way. He doesn't deserve me, I'm only crying for what I wasted. Adrian texted a pat on the head sticker. I didn't answer, I just fell asleep. The next morning I dragged my exhausted body to an AM lecture, an intro lecture, and started wondering why I'd volunteered to torture myself. By the time I slid into a seat I spotted Jason slinking in late. Then I remembered, I'd only picked this course because of him. I used to think accompanying your boyfriend to class was peak happiness. Now I wanted to time travel and slap myself. I'd assumed that after last night's public roast he'd stay out of my sight. Instead he planted himself right in front of me. Well, look who's here. Your student body boyfriend too busy to escort you? I rolled my eyes. My boyfriend happens to have an actual schedule, unlike someone who spends every spare second sniffing around new girls. Zoe. Say that to my face, who's the one chasing anything that moves? So what if I am? You. His flushed cheeks felt like victory. Me what? I don't see your girlfriend here either. Could it be she's too embarrassed after last night's epic loss? Zoe, for the 100th time, Jasmine is only my freshman. Classic cheater line. He opened his mouth again, but the bell rang and he had to swallow his comeback. Holy crap, Adrian's taken. Serious? I thought he batted for the other team. Swear it's real. Someone snapped them in the Grove last night, Adrian hugging his girl all cozy. The chatter behind me sent me diving for Campus Crush. The photo was crystal clear, except my face stayed hidden. Whoever claimed life had no audience was a liar. Terror prickled, I braced for viral doom. I spent the entire lecture terrified someone would recognize the back of my head. The instant class ended I bolted faster than a rabbit. At the stairwell turn I crashed into a solid chest. I looked up, straight at Adrian. Eyes forward next time? His voice was gentle, almost apologetic. I bowed 90 degrees. Adrian. I'm so sorry. I had no idea anyone was taking pictures. He considered for a second, totally unruffled. That shot? Don't sweat it. Now the rumor I like guys will die a quiet death. But, won't this mess with your actual love life? What if the girl he liked saw the photo? I couldn't gauge the damage I might have caused. He shook his head. Won't be a problem. At that, the rock in my stomach finally settled. Saturday I signed up for volunteer, delivering smiles to kids at Maplehurst. Summer heat turned brutal, even at dawn short sleeves were stuck to my skin. I sat in the last row of the shuttle bus, minifan whirring. Jasmine and Jason climbed aboard, 3 pairs of eyes locked. Seriously? Are these two haunting me? Morning, Junior, Jasmine chirped, full makeup and a microskirt that screamed wrong venue. I stared out the window, ignoring her. A figure in a volunteer vest approached, Adrian. Senior, Junior won't answer me. Does she hate me? My mood was already garbage, her whining grated. Yeah, I can't stand you. Is that ambiguous? Zip it and quit begging for screen time. She stood speechless, 2 perfect tears slipping off her lashes. Jason wrapped an arm around her. Zoe, you enjoying this public bullying? Someone like you volunteers and feels no shame? And? Your point? I shrugged, cheap shots never land on me. Quit blocking the aisle. Wheels are rolling, the teacher barked. They slunk to the front. Blessed silence. Seat taken? I glanced up, Adrian. I shook my head. He dropped in, backpack on his lap. I scanned, plenty of empties remained. Why choose me? I leaned closer. Why sit here? He pointed toward Jason. In his eyes we're in game, remember? Right, the act. Oh, yeah. Thanks, seriously. Let me treat you to dinner sometime? It felt rude not to offer after he'd saved my skin. Deal. Trade WhatsApp? Just like that, I had his contact. His avatar, a white Samoyed that looked exactly like my late pup. I sneaked a peek at his moments, 0 posts. The drive was long, car sickness crept up fast. You okay? You're pale. I forced my eyes open. Just motion sick. I'll nap it off. I've got motion sickness tabs. He produced pills and chilled water. In that moment Adrian might as well have worn a neon halo. The meds kept me human for the rest of the ride. Inside Maplehurst's classroom I read picture books while Adrian snapped shots with his DSLR from the back. How do they look? He refused to show. Stunning. Wait for the school Instagram post. Tease. I plan to swipe previews first chance. Big bro, big sis, are you two dating? A tiny girl tugged my hand, twin braids bouncing. I knelt, stroking her hair. Nope, just classmates. She frowned. But Big Bro was smiling at you, super big. I froze, turning to Adrian for backup. He squatted too, taking the little girl's hand. Look at her, she's gorgeous, isn't she? My head buzzed. I stared at him without blinking. Sunlight poured through the window and spilled over Adrian. He was smiling, the tiny canine tooth just showing. I'd never imagined a moment when Adrian could make my heart dizzy. I led the kids in the courtyard for a round of old hen catches the eaglets, their laughter ringing in my ears. Hey! That hurts! A shrill shriek sliced through the noise. I glanced toward Jasmine, she rolled her eyes at the kid beside her. The child stood to the side, face crumpled with grievance. What happened? I hurried over and pulled the child to me. Sorry, big sis, the child muttered, voice shaking. A sorry is enough? Do you even know one rhinestone on my nail costs over $30? Could you pay for that? Jasmine's voice drew every eye. The child in my arms started trembling, terrified. Jasmine, nobody forced you to come. You knew this was grind work. TCH, if it weren't for the credits, I wouldn't be here. With no guys around, her voice finally dropped its sugar coat. I frowned. Meaningful things aren't measured in profit. Don't bother next time, you're not cut out for it. And your skirt's too short, you're flashing everyone, it's not what kids should see. Who asked you? I'll wear what I like. I drew a slow breath, telling myself I could endure, while my nails nearly carved my palms. Zoe, are you done? Isn't it enough you bully Jasmine on campus? Jason stormed over and planted himself in front of her, white knighting. Jason, is your brain on airplane mode? Looking at the pair, I prayed they'd stay locked together and never re-enter the dating pool. If you're sick, get therapy. Stop polluting the air, okay? Zoe. Shut it. I used to think you were pure, didn't know you were this vicious. Me? Vicious? I stepped closer, incredulous. You're calling me vicious? He stepped too, toe to toe. Aren't you? A sour ache rose in my chest, my eyes began to sting. Jasmine, Jason, congrats, you've just been booted from volunteer. No credits for either of you. Adrian suddenly appeared, blocking my view, fingers tight around my wrist. On what grounds? You think being student body lets you play dictator? Calmly Adrian showed his phone, a chat log with the dean. The Maplehurst director had heard the ruckus and was livid, he'd already reported it to school leadership. Administration was furious too, Jasmine would be disciplined, and Jason for covering her. After the verdict, the two kept their drama on mute for the rest of the event. The volunteer day wrapped up perfectly. On the ride back, Adrian pulled a bag of gummy bears from his backpack. Sugar fixes moods. I stared at the candies, dazed. Who carries gummy bears around? I snuck a glance, he was admiring the scenery outside, though his ears were bright red. After a long day I logged in and found a marriage proposal waiting from Adrian. I replied with a single question mark. There's a couple's quest, new outfit you'll love. I checked the skins, they were tailor-made for my aesthetic. Fine. We're getting hitched. With Adrian's carry that night my avatar donned the sparkly new skin. Someone in Nitro chat said we should meet in person, and the whole crew piled on. I wanted to see if Adrian would go, but he stayed silent. I was eager, so I dropped a thumbs up emoji. A second later his identical thumbs up popped up. Good thing I'm not conceited, or I'd swear he came because of me. We picked a bistro near campus. I arrived to find plenty of Nitro members already there. Lucky cupcake? I nodded, recognizing her. Lucky? Yes. Wow, you're gorgeous. Her praise made me bashful. So you really dumped Stoneboy? Stoneboy was Jason's gamer tag. I nodded. Yep. He's probably got a new co-op by now. Lucky nodded. No worries. I saw you paired with Adrian, did he come? Until she mentioned it, I'd forgotten tonight's main quest, meeting Adrian face to face. He still wasn't here. The door swung open just as my anticipation peaked. I panicked. I hadn't rehearsed talking to Adrian in real life. But the ones walking in were Jason and Jasmine. I clicked my tongue in disgust. Could this day get worse? Junior, we meet again, Jasmine chirped, bouncing over. I gave a dry chuckle. Who wants to see you two poltergeists? I accidentally locked eyes with Jason and instantly flung him a sky-high eye roll. My phone buzzed with an in-game message from him. Zoe, you look stunning today. Reading it gave me the creeps. Was he possessed? I peeked. He grinned like a horror movie ghoul ready to gnaw bones. Have you lost it? Your girlfriend's right there. She's not my girlfriend, Zoe. Leave Adrian and I'll come back to you. I was wrong, I never loved her, it's always been you. When you're speechless, all you can do is laugh. You? Where's that confidence from? Go look in a mirror. What are you, a farm animal? You promised to come back? Think you're some hot dish? Trash. Dreaming in daylight? I finally get it, you're hopeless cheap goods. You wanted Jasmine, right? Wanted the flirty type? What, she stopped bankrolling you so you remembered me? And you claim you've always loved me, loved my money, more like. Jasmine's wallet closed and you came sniffing back? You actually make me sick. While everyone else laughed above the table, I was cussing my lungs out beneath it. Every insult I'd swallowed for days finally clawed its way out. His chat bubble kept flashing typing, but nothing ever arrived. Whatever. I didn't want to read it anyway. Block, delete, let him confess to a ghost. A shriek tore through the private dining room. Lucky grabbed my arm and shook it like a maraca. I followed the scream and saw Adrian framed in the doorway. His gaze skimmed the crowd, landed on me, dipped into a smile. Hi, everyone. I'm Love Zoe. My entire worldview imploded. Adrian was Adrian. The same Adrian I'd told, to his face, that Adrian was into guys. Shame detonated in my cheeks. Why does every piece of bad luck have my name on it? He crossed the room and dropped into the chair beside me. I considered tunneling under the table and never coming back. Lynn, we meet again. Amusement sparkled in his eyes, the jerk was enjoying this. He knew. He'd always known Lucky Cupcake was me. Humiliation flipped to fury. For the rest of dinner I said maybe 10 words to him. The second the plates were cleared, I bolted, wishing I could sprout wings and flap back to campus. Lucky Cupcake. Someone called behind me. I stopped. Yeah? What's up? The kid's cheeks flamed. See, can I get your WhatsApp? I blinked, then pulled my phone out. The moment I raised my QR code, the device flew from my hand. Adrian caught it midair and darkened the screen. Sorry, taken. She's my girlfriend. Sorry, my bad. The boy scurried off. I glared. You just scared off my peach blossom. And since when am I your girlfriend? Adrian gave the world's most wounded puppy eyes. Your ex is watching. Can't let him think we're faking, right? I spotted Jason across the street, eyes still glued to me even while Jasmine tugged his sleeve. It is fake, I hissed. Let's clear it up. If that bruises your ego, I'll do the talking. Phone, please. He ignored me, clamped a hand on the hem of my jacket, and towed me away. Let go. Nope. I stumbled after him, tears rising so fast I couldn't swallow them back. At first I tried to tough it out, failed. Sob, sob. Why are you crying? What happened? He panicked, wiping at my cheeks with his sleeves, but the flood wouldn't stop. Then it hit me, motion sickness tabs, gummy bears, and that name. Love Zoe. The Zoe he loved was me. A wild guess exploded in my head. So, do you like me? He bent until we were nose to nose. Was I too subtle? His breath tickled my skin. I looked away. Totally subtle. Then guess why I showed up in the grove that night? Realization slammed home. I'd thought the universe hated me, instead I'd slandered the one guy I was gossiping about to his face. I'm not Love Zoe. I'm someone who loves Zoe. He paused. Also, I'm not into guys. I'm perfectly straight. I snorted, an involuntary giggle. Forgive me for once being part of the Adrian's gay rumor mill. So, Lynn, will you help me turn rumor into fact? Love spilled from his eyes. I couldn't hold his gaze without blushing. Depends on my mood. Too bad, we're going public now. He opened Instagram and posted a draft he'd clearly prepared ages ago. The photo was from the volunteer trip. No wonder he wouldn't let me peek, he'd been plotting this forever. Zoe, thank goodness I kept waiting. I never believed in fate, until now. The right person will always find you, even if you circle each other first. Adrian sighed, freshman year, roommate dragged me to a nitro match. There's this girl, he claimed. I almost skipped, waste of time, and how good could a girl possibly be? I went anyway. She wore a messy bun, face clean of makeup, fingers dancing over the keyboard, no wasted moves, pure poetry. Curiosity stirred, nothing more. My heart was already reserved for the girl I'd been searching for, the reason I'd enrolled at Maplehurst in the first place. Who's she? That aim is insane. Law major, calls herself Zoe. The name detonated in my skull. She was Zoe. I almost shouted that I was Lee, but the match ended and a guy wrapped an arm around her shoulders. Even a fool could read that chemistry. I lost sleep, lost appetite, turned into a walking zombie, yet I refused to quit. I added her in-game, left my old nitro crew just to stay closer. Then I saw that same guy hand his jacket to another girl. Click, photo, upload to Campus Crush. Thank heaven Zoe wasn't love stupid, she dumped him in record time. I eavesdropped outside the lecture hall and heard her tell someone I was like 185. I couldn't help yelling, 187.5. She sprinted over, tripped, and face-planted at my feet. I nearly had a heart attack. She begged me not to expose her, so pitiful I almost melted. Expose her? I wanted to print the rumor on a banner and make it true. I signed up for volunteer just to be near her. My backpack held motion sickness tabs and gummy bears. She chewed them while sneaking glances at me. Yes, I saw, because I was staring through the window the whole time. How could one person be this adorable? I'm a goner. Thanks for listening. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate our story? If you liked the video, smash the like and share it with friends. Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more, and see you next time.